If you think that healthy people are happy, you're living in a fantasy. If you think that people who eat well are happy, you're living in a fantasy. If you think people who do exercise are happy, you live in a fantasy. That's on show on TV, that's in movies, but it's not a fact. Most people who kill themselves by suicide are generally healthy and eat very well. So don't make a balance with eating well and doing exercise and happiness. There's nothing to do. You cannot change your character. You're born with a character, you will die with a character. You don't believe that, you could see an astrologer as a chart of your birth, and the day you die, you look at the chart, and you see it is the same chart. You haven't changed. Whatever you eat in this, that, you exercise, you don't, you will not change during your whole life. People who think they change are young people, childish people. They think they learn some spirituality and they think they can train themselves and they can change their way. You cannot change anything. Your astrological chart is the same the day you're born and the day you die. It's the proof. You cannot change any opposition, any conjunction, you cannot change anything. So the idea of changing is completely, it's very sweet, but it's romantic. It's like believing in God. It's a very beautiful, romantic, or believing in spirituality. It's something that people need that so they don't get creative. It's okay. But it's a belief. There's no ground. So you must accept totally the way you function. Why? Because you don't know any other way. And if you totally accept that, sometimes things move, they don't change. But the intensity of the character can eventually, like when there is a pressure, you have my English is really worse and worse, but we said tuyau. Pipe? Pipe? Yes. When there is a pipe with water running in. If you reduce, the
muzzle.
Yes, if you reduce the power, it will increase the intensity. So, people who want to change the character, they try to change that, but the intensity goes in other level. Sometimes you may have justification to survive in some situation, but it doesn't change deeply something. So you must totally accept the way you eat. My grandmother, she died in 97. She was never sick in all her life. She was a slim woman. She was eating only ham, burger, French fry, and sweet. And Jean Klein was a student in America. Her parents, her name is Norma, her parents invented the raw food. They live in a mountain near Big Sur, California. No electricity, they were against electricity. No water, they would go to well to get the water. When she will go to anniversary, she will bring an apple and a carrot. They were doing yoga and Tai Chi intensely, living so-called healthy life. They both died of cancer before 60. So myself, I have no belief. I know so many people who eat so well and they're so depressed. And I don't believe in that. You eat what you like. You like sugar, you eat sugar. You like carrots, you eat carrots. But to think that to eat carrot make you happy, it's a commercial. It's like the yoga school. You do yoga, you're going to be, come on. All the yoga teachers are totally depressed. It's a publicity, it's an invention. So health doesn't bring anything mentally. It's easier to function if you're healthy. If you're not, but mentally, no, it doesn't work. It doesn't work like that. And if it works like that, it's a compensation, and something will happen later on in life that people will realize that they're healthy. So what? It's like being rich. You're rich. So what? At the end of your life, you realize you're rich, but you get nothing by being rich. If you're old, you get nothing by being healthy. You're going to die anyway. So you must remove all the fantasy about that. So what remains with you is functionality. First, you're your body. Don't go to this total grotesque, non-dual fantasy, I'm not the body. When I hear somebody said, I'm not the body, I really feel to take a hammer and to bang the person on the feet and to give a direct experience of people. This is unbearable. And it's always people who never experience anything say I'm not the body. Come on. It's a joke. You are your body. You're only your body. And it's not bad news, it's a good news. Because this body that you are, you must discover it. And you discover it by exploring it. So when you eat something, you must, first there is color, and then the smell, and then there is the taste, then the further imagination, what it will bring you, then the feeling of happiness you have eaten, and maybe the feeling of unhappiness because you're angry about yourself because you have eaten, whatever, and the digestion. And all this you must totally explore intensely. Or you sleep after, or you wake up after, and so on and so on. And then your body is constantly giving you information, which you must listen. Your knees, your back, the whole your body give you information. But you must listen to them in an open way, which means not saying that, oh, I've eaten this or I feel that. It's too easy, it doesn't really work like that. It seems sometimes, but it doesn't. So you must listen to the inner feeling. And sometimes if you listen to the inner feeling, some pattern slightly move. Like for example, on the food level, when you have a fantasy that you're eating bad food, generally you eat it fast because you have kind of culpability. And you say, oh, I'm going to eat it, I'm going to finish it, so after it's finished. And that's okay, but you must see this pattern. And sometimes you can play with the pattern. That means, why not showing something? Just for the sake of it. And when you show something is not good, is not bad, is not healthy, it's just showing. So put something in your mouth and you chew it as long as there is something in your mouth. Generally about 200 times. But 200 times when there is nothing else. The only thing will resist that if you eat grass, like the grass you put for cats, If you take a grass like that and you chew it, after 200 times you still have the grass in your mouth. All the juice you have taken, but the grass you must spit it out because it will not disappear. There's only exception. All the rest will disappear from your mouth. So if you chew it sometime, and not everything, but at least in one meal, you try to chew very, very intensely one thing. And then from that, you're going to see that, strangely enough, so-called healthy food are better and better when you chew them. Then if you take some brown rice with no salt, no oil, no spice, and you chew it, you're going to have sweet taste, you're going to have sour taste, you're going to have bitter. And more you chew it, more the subtlety of the taste will come. If you eat some cheese or some meat, or more you chew it, more you feel to swallow it. Because the taste actually is not so much in the meat, is not so much in the sweetness, is in all the produce, all the spice and so on, the salt and so on, who have been added to give taste to the thing. So you chew 20 times some meat, and after that, or some fish, you're going to feel the taste is very tasteless. And it's difficult to taste it a long time. But if you eat something of better quality, more you're going to eat it, more the taste will come. And just to do it as an experience. So chewing, I think, is very, very important. But you don't chew to change the way of eating. You chew because the only thing you have in this life is the body. So you must discover how we function. And we function by the 5 senses. So when you buy the food, you must look at the food. There's a kind of resonance with a certain coloration. When you cook the food, when you eat raw, the way you present your plate is very important. Because already the brain information stimulates all the digestive enzyme just by looking at the food. That's why you should not eat tamasic food. Tamasic food will mean everything mixed together. It doesn't work like that. Like if you put 6 or 7 good healthy food, but you mix them all, it becomes unhealthy because the proportion don't go with each other. So you must separate the food, the color. Some color go with others, some don't. Some taste go with others, don't. Some go, so on and so on. So the smell is important, the look is important, the taste is important. Or you're going to sleep after is important, and or you wake up is important. All this you must do it as a kind of exploration, because it's this life you have, you must explore it. So like you go to a museum, when you come out of the museum, you must feel how do I feel? You know, museum is meal, is food. If you go to a museum, you salivate, you all smell and you all taste and eyes and so on have been taken with what you're looking at. And so you must digest it in a certain way. So after a certain museum, you see some exhibition. After you feel, you must integrate the exhibition. It's like when you meet some people, when the people leave, you must integrate the feeling. Some people leave like a bitter taste, some people leave a sweet taste in you, some people leave a heavy taste, some people leave a light taste. But it's more subtle than that. It's very important. Like music, you go to a concert. After the concert, you must integrate the concert. It may take some time. That's why you cannot go to a concert of a group ad and then you cannot listen to a concert of jazz in the same hour, because you haven't digest one. Same thing with exhibition. You go to a museum, you're not going to see the Indian art, and then you're going to see the 16th century armory from Germany. No, you go another day, because your eyes, the brain cannot integrate more than a certain number of elements. So when the food, you must see it on all these parameters. But chewing is very, very important. And you don't do it because you must do it. You should it just as an exploration, you know. And then only by chewing some little change may happen. Because you're going to see that the food that you cannot chew, at some point it will stimulate you less. And you will see that when you're attracted to so-called bad food, but it was not bad actually, it is not for the food, it is for the swallowing. The swallowing is our way of getting security. It's very, very strong. So bad food, the urge to swallow it fast, always there. And good food will push you to chew long time. And so you go from the tamasic state to the sattvic state only by chewing. But it's not something you do it by effort. You don't say, I want to change my way of eating because it's ridiculous. You're going to change it today, tomorrow, when you go back to the same habit. You keep the habit, don't fight them. You need them. Maybe tomorrow you get crushed by a car. And honestly, if tonight you eat very well, or tonight you eat 3 pizzas and a piece of roast beef, if you die tomorrow, it makes no difference. So don't be obsessed with what you eat tonight. It's not important what we eat. What is important is the way we see things. So keep the same food, but chew it more and more, and you see some thing happen like that. But no qualification, don't say that I will not eat that anymore, it's ridiculous. And don't have the fantasy that healthy food can do much for you, because it's not true. It's the propaganda. You know, it's a propaganda. It's like people who go to the gym to stay young. But then you realize it's strange, because there's no old people at the gym. Why? Because they were young before, but now they're afraid to come at the gym, because they did become old, even if they went every day at the gym. So don't have fantasy like that. It's just publicity. So healthy food is to eat, to like what you eat. And unhealthy food, you don't like it, but you want to swallow it. Because it's something you don't want to face, and so you think by eating it, you're going to forget it. And it's fine. Some people don't have problem with eating, but they need physical balance. Some people need to abuse others. Some people need to have more carbs. It's the same thing. So at least the physical abuse on yourself is more intimate. So it's easier to challenge it than if you like to beat somebody else, or to abuse somebody else. But the chewing for me is the most important part. But don't chew because you must chew. You chew just to discover what it is you're eating. Maybe you're dead tomorrow, so you must really, your last meal, you must really like it. So you must really chew it, whatever it is. Whatever the publicity said is good food, is bad food, is ridiculous. You mean nothing. Food is food. But taste it, and then something will come. And the body, well, you are your body, so you must, yes, explore your body. And not in a violent way, gymnastic, never done anything for anybody, but feeling, yes. So you must find some soft technical. Maybe yoga alone is not that easy, and yoga, the way it is taught generally, is totally grotesque and violent. It's more clever to find maybe somebody who do Feldenkrais, or more soft approach, who can adapt it to you. It will be totally non-violent. And again, it's not to change your body, but it is to be more and more sensitive. Sensitivity comes from softness, from listening, and from totally freeing oneself of the fantasy of changing. Because changing is violence. To try to change your body, to try to change one mind is totally violent, and violence never works. Just postpone things. So, the chewing is very, very interesting because we have a memory of swallowing that is very, very strong, and every country is the same. In India, people swallow very fast, but at least in India you don't talk when you eat, already a good point generally, traditional India. But when you eat too fast. So chewing is very interesting. But forget the fantasy of health through food because it's really a joke. Don't believe it. It's a commercial invention.
Thank you.